Right now, international football is facing an absolute structural meltdown. A leaked internal interview from a Portuguese midfielder has completely shattered the unity of one of the most celebrated squads in European football, exposing a calculated mutiny designed to push a legendary icon out of the 2026 FIFA World Cup before the knockout rounds even begin. The question tearing apart the football world tonight is brutal and simple. Is this the end of the Cristiano Ronaldo era on the international stage? And did his own teammates pull the trigger? It started with 90 minutes of football that produced absolutely nothing. Portugal and Colombia played a grinding, suffocating 0-0 draw in their final Group K match at the Estadio Akron in Guadalajara. The result was enough for Portugal to advance as group winners, but the performance was far from the kind that inspires confidence heading into the elimination rounds of a World Cup. And then came the bomb. Vitinha Neves, the composed and technically gifted midfield engine of Paris Saint-Germain, walked into the mixed zone after the final whistle and delivered a statement that would set the football world ablaze. When asked directly about Ronaldo's role within the squad, Vitinha responded with carefully chosen words, stating that Ronaldo is treated as just another asset trying to help the team. On the surface, it sounds almost diplomatic. But inside football's media ecosystem, those words are a nuclear strike. Calling a 5-time Ballon d'Or winner, a man who has carried Portugal on his back through multiple World Cups and European championships, just another asset is not a compliment. It is a deliberate surgical demotion. Analysts across the United States and Europe immediately recognized it for what it was. A public signal from within the squad that the Ronaldo era is over, and the younger generation of Portuguese players is serving notice. This was not a casual misstatement from a nervous young player speaking to reporters for the first time. Vitinha is a seasoned professional. He speaks deliberately. He chooses his words with precision. And the football intelligence world is now treating his comments not as a slip of the tongue, but as a planned, coordinated tactical rebellion, a media operation designed to shift the internal power structure of the Portuguese national team before the knockout stage cameras roll. Within hours of Vitinha's interview circulating across global sports media, the response from Ronaldo's inner circle was immediate, aggressive, and deeply personal. Georgina Rodriguez, his partner, and one of the most followed personalities on social media, launched a fierce public defense of the captain. She was quickly joined by Ronaldo's sisters, Elma and Katia Aveiro, who took to their platforms to accuse younger squad members and the technical coaching staff of orchestrating a deliberate media campaign to freeze out the captain. What makes this fracture so catastrophically damaging is the timing. This is not a controversy during a preseason friendly. This is not a training ground disagreement buried quietly before it becomes public. This is an active, visible civil war erupting hours before single elimination football begins. The format where one bad day, one tactical mistake, one moment of psychological doubt ends your entire World Cup campaign. Inside sources close to the squad, speaking anonymously to European football journalists, describe a dressing room now visibly split into two opposing factions. The pro-Ronaldo bloc, consisting largely of veterans who have built their careers alongside him, and an anti-establishment faction of younger players who believe the team's tactical identity has been permanently compromised by the need to accommodate an aging star who can no longer deliver at the elite level this competition demands. The psychological fracture is complete, and Croatia is waiting. Here is the raw athletic evidence that ignited this mutiny, and why the American sports analytics audience needs to pay close attention to these numbers. Cristiano Ronaldo's performance data from the Colombia match tells a story that no amount of legacy branding can conceal. His pass completion rate was significantly below the standard expected of a starting forward at this level. His 40-yard free kick attempts, once the most feared set-piece weapon in world football, produced no meaningful threat to the Colombian goalkeeper. Most damaging of all, a glaring open goal miss while caught offside on the edge of the 6-yard box left Portuguese fans and coaching analysts completely speechless. There was also a visible miscommunication, an overkick blunder in a central corridor that left Bruno Fernandes stranded and frustrated on the left channel. Independent tactical networks across the United States and Europe have been dissecting this footage frame by frame. The verdict is consistent and harsh. Ronaldo's deteriorating acceleration, The electric burst of pace that once made him physically unplayable is simply gone. What has replaced it is a player relying entirely on positional intelligence and reputation. And at a World Cup, in the knockout rounds, reputation alone does not win football matches. The technical coaching staff, according to those same internal sources, have been quietly restructuring Portugal's entire attacking script to mask these physical vulnerabilities. Runs are being adjusted. Space is being manufactured artificially. Younger attacking players, with pace, energy, and genuine knockout round hunger, are being asked to sacrifice their own natural game to create the illusion that Ronaldo is still the central threat. That resentment has now gone public. So why does the technical staff tolerate a dressing room civil war? Why does Fernando Santos' successor allow a visibly declining player to start at a World Cup while younger, in-form alternatives train on the bench? The answer, as it always is in modern elite sport, is money. The brutal economics of this tournament are impossible to ignore. Cristiano Ronaldo is not merely a footballer at this point. He is a global marketing infrastructure. His presence in the starting 11 guarantees a measurable premium across every commercial category the Portuguese Football Federation, FPF, depends on for its operating budget. If Ronaldo is benched, or worse, dropped entirely from the knockout squad, the FPF faces an immediate multi-million-dollar crash in commercial valuations. Stadium ticketing in neutral venues drops. Television primetime slot negotiations weaken. The entire financial architecture surrounding Portugal's World Cup participation is built around one man's brand equity. The younger players now understand exactly what they are trapped inside. It is not a football meritocracy. It is a commercial dictatorship, where the balance sheet overrides sporting form, and where the squad's best chance of winning a World Cup is being sacrificed on the altar of global sponsorship revenue. And Vitinha's leaked interview may have been the moment the players finally decided to say so out loud. And now, with all of this psychological wreckage burning inside the dressing room, Portugal must face Croatia in the round of 32. Let that sink in for a moment. A squad fractured by an active civil war, a captain whose physical decline is now documented by data, a coaching staff walking a commercial tightrope, and the opponent waiting for them is one of the most tactically disciplined, emotionally composed sides in world football. Led by the ageless Luka Modric, a player who, much like Ronaldo, refuses to accept the timeline the world has assigned him, but unlike Ronaldo, continues to deliver elite-level performances to justify his place. Croatia enters this tie as a hyper-disciplined collective unit. They press with intelligence. They defend in compact structures. Sports journalists covering the tournament from both sides of the Atlantic are now openly predicting an embarrassing early exit for the European giants. The tactical timing of this collapse could not be worse. A midfield unit completely divided by loyalty wars must now match step for step with a team that has built its identity on unity, discipline, and collective sacrifice. Everything Portugal has visibly lost in the last 72 hours. The legacy is undeniable, and it must be stated clearly before any verdict is delivered. Ronaldo has given Portugal everything. He has carried this nation's footballing identity on his shoulders for over 2 decades. He has broken records that seemed unbreakable. He has inspired a generation of Portuguese children to pick up a football and dream in a way they never dared to before he arrived. But legacies, no matter how brilliant, do not win knockout round football matches in 2026. The game has evolved, the physical demands have intensified, and the brutal, uncomfortable truth being whispered, and now shouted, inside Portugal's camp is that an unyielding ego, shielded by commercial power, can compromise an entire nation's World Cup campaign, not through malice, not through a lack of desire. Did Vitinha's reported comments reveal a difficult but necessary conversation about the challenges of relying on an aging Cristiano Ronaldo? Or did the controversy simply create an unnecessary distraction at the worst possible stage of the tournament? That debate has quickly become one of the biggest talking points surrounding Portugal's World Cup campaign. What began as hopes of a memorable farewell for one of football's greatest players has instead evolved into a discussion about leadership, expectations, and the difficult balance between legacy and performance. What do you think? Did this controversy reveal an important truth, or has it only increased the pressure on Portugal? Share your opinion in the comments, Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.